It's your boy Ricky. So a few people messaged me, on YouTube, and the ones who add me on the PlayStation or Xbox Live, they messaged me telling me they want to start a YouTube channel. Also, when I'm in a chat, they tell me they want to start a YouTube channel. What do they need? Normally, the first thing I ask them is, what's the reason why you want to go into YouTube? Why you want to get into YouTubing, and what's your desire? And I realized some of them, not all of them. Trust, I'm not trying to bash any of them. Just some of them, I get this response that I know deep down they're really trying to say YouTube money, and because they're like, oh, because I want to meet new people, and later on in the conversation they'll be like, how much do you get paid? Like, stop worrying about getting paid, because if you're just starting YouTubing, myself, I'm not worrying about getting paid. I'll explain that in a second. If you're not someone with status like PewDiePie or Angry Joe or even people bigger than that, you're not gonna see any type of money as far as thousands of dollars a month. You're not gonna be able to move out the first year. Like, it's not gonna happen like that. You need to stop trying to strive for something like that when honestly you won't get nowhere, because if you focus more on something like that, and if that's what you're trying to value, then you're not gonna get anywhere. And really, gaming and YouTubing together isn't really your passion. Now, what I do is, I love the fact that I'm able to record games I play, and if I ever sell a game, I can always go back and check out the games that I used to play. And to prove that, I have well over 50 videos I have on my YouTube channel that are private, that are strictly just for me. I've never showed them to anyone. Those are games that I just, for years I loved playing. And because I don't have most of them anymore, I go back. Maybe in Call of Duty I went ham in a match, and I didn't even upload that video for public use. It was just for me because I love that clip so much, you know. And I used to do that with Photobucket. Photobucket, you was able to upload little video clips, and I was recording gameplay with my phone since before I got into YouTube. And, I just love the fact that I was always able to capture something of what I like to do, and it just became a habit where, I like to meet new people over the web, over YouTube, because people over the web are psychotic. Well, over YouTube, and I felt, oh, you know what? Maybe I can share with them what I like to do, and because YouTube gives you that big, broad experience and this social media where you get to link with others and engage in other videos, dual comms, and all that stuff, it was a great way for me to meet new people. So that's why I really got into YouTubing. But there's a lot of people who really, I talk to them and they're really passionate about making videos. They play video. I'm talking about, I see their statuses online. They play video games all day. But this is really like what you. I mean, I'm not big on YouTube. I'm not big at all. I'm still fairly, new to the game and how everything is. But I still know what equipment you should have ready if you want to start YouTubing, because you don't want to be missing some elements. Like what I did when I first started, I was missing a lot of shit, and I came off very slow. I came off at a very slow start. But you don't want to go out your way and spend hundreds of dollars on shit when you don't know if you're gonna make it. Like, that's what I was trying to tell people. Don't go out your way buying the most expensive equipment. If your reason for YouTubing is not something that's really passionate, you're just trying to get in for the money, because you're not gonna see no money anytime soon. Alright, so for those, and for maybe new people who never been to my channel, if anybody wants to know what equipment you should have to start off a YouTube channel, or how, or anything associated with that in relation to gaming, because I don't know anything else. You trying to do comedy skits? This is all related to gaming, and maybe gaming vlogs, gaming news. First things first. If you're doing gaming news, I'm not one of those who stay up to date every single day gaming news, but I do. If something interests me, I probably bring it up. But I have a couple YouTubers who do like gaming news that I watch all the time, like BG. You got Raging Bull, which, once again, shout out to him. He's somebody I've been watching for months, and to know like how he starts off, you should ask him, like, how do you start YouTube? Like, what should I do? Because I've realized from his day one videos, he had a lot of energy, and myself, I never used to have I never had that much energy when I first started. And there's times you won't catch me with too much energy now, but that's just me personally. But when I first started, I used to be like, hey, what's going on, guys? Your boy Ricky. Nah, man. Honestly, if you check his channel out, you notice he already had it going with his energy levels. He was always, out there. Hey, what up, YouTube, man? He was funny. You know what I'm saying? If you can bring that character in YouTube with you in the very start and try to break out through that shyness, you can grab an audience immediately, because he has me rolling a lot. Not like that. He has me rolling a lot. I'll put his link in the description. You can check him out. But shout out to him, because that's someone who I would try to be like when I first started. I would try to have that much energy, but I was too nervous too, because I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what people was gonna think. The critics out there. But anyways, what equipment you should have ready to start YouTubing if you want to get into like with gaming and YouTubing. First things first, you need to have at least a laptop or a desktop. The minimum 4 gigs of RAM. I don't care what laptop it is. If you just started, I know people trying to be like, get an Asus, get a Alien, get any laptop that's at least 4 gigs of RAM, because any video editing software or any game capture software requires you at least 4 gigs of RAM. Some of them say 2 gigs minimum, but then you'll notice lag and shit, and it's just pointless. 4 gigs of RAM and at least a 250 to 500 gigabyte hard drive. You can get one for like $400, $300 on sale. Perfect. Like the one I started out with was the Asus K55A. It was a great one. Started upgrading it a little bit. Now I got like my Mac and other PCs and stuff. So you can start off with a nice cheap PC or a laptop, 4 gigs of RAM minimum, and 250 gigs with a 500 gig hard drive, whichever one. Also, you need like a decent mic. If you have Astros, you can use Astros. I know people who they do commentaries with their Astros, they do vlogs with their Astros or Tritons or decent quality headsets. If you have one, fine. You don't need to spend money for that. Or if you need to buy, if you want to buy, if you have the funds for it, you could buy something like the Snowball. Or if you're trying to buy the Yeti, you can buy the Yeti. Always look at YouTube reviews to see which is better for the better price. But I recommend, if you do have any good quality headsets, use those for now. Also, you're gonna have to use a software like Audacity on your computer, which is free to record your audio, or any other. That's the only one I know so far, but you can use any recording software. But yes, you can use your headsets if they're good quality, and you can just purchase a Blue Yeti, a Blue Snowball, or any other type of microphone with high quality or in compressor settings. Another thing you're gonna need is a game capture. Now this is sort of technical, because some people is gonna always tell you, oh, go with Elgato or go with the HD PVR. I don't recommend HD PVR at all, because their software is very laggy. Like, I'd rather you guys try out, when you first start off, get a Roxio HD. They're like $110 brand new right now, and they show great quality. Like, I'm not advertised by them. I don't advertise for them or nothing, but they show great quality. Their software is decent. Everything's good, and it's only $110. I don't recommend you buying used products of game capture cards. And Elgato, I would recommend that as number one. I have an AverMedia, which is coming back in the mail. I only got the AverMedia because the colors are more richer on it, and it has a 60 megabyte per second, which captures a lot more detail. Elgato is way more in the gaming scene. I like to say, Elgato is number one on this one. But if you have the funds to spend $140 or 150 or 60, go for the Elgato. But I'm telling you, if you're not 100% sure you're gonna stay into the gaming scene on YouTube, get yourself like at least a Roxio HD. It's like $110, because the worst thing is if you spend $100 on this equipment and, like I said, you don't stick to it. You know what I mean? A couple days later, you're like, damn, nobody comes to view my videos, which is gonna happen. The struggle is real in the beginning, and that's really how it works. So yeah, I don't recommend AverMedia for nothing. I recommend the Elgato, or if you're really trying to start off light, the Roxio HD, even though I never tried it, but I seen videos on it and it shows very good quality, and the price is really cheap. So I recommend that for anybody who is just starting. Another thing too, obviously I'm not gonna say get a gaming monitor. If you have a TV, you have a monitor, computer screen, doesn't matter if you're gonna game capture with your console or your PC. Doesn't matter. Just make sure you have obviously one of those. Or if you're trying to do gaming news, make sure you be on point. But there's hundreds of people who do gaming news. You're gonna have to bring out some uniqueness. You're gonna have to bring out something creative. That's another thing I was gonna talk about. You need to be creative now in the gaming scene. If you're someone, which is most of the time, 75% of the time, people wanna trying to join YouTube and bring out Call of Duty videos, what I suggest is you come out in the beginning with something very creative, whether it's, you know, beatbox your whole game. I don't know, just you can't just bring out regular gameplays and be like the road to this, because there's hundreds of people doing the road to this camo, the road to this division, the road to that, and because you have no subs and you just started, they're not gonna acknowledge your channel, they're not gonna give it the time. Like with me, I'll look at anybody's channel. I got like 16 people I'm subscribed to who have like 20 subs, and that's because their videos honestly entertain the shit out of me. Like I'm not that type of person who judge. Oh, I see he got to, because most of the people got like 100,000 on video, 100,000 views. Some of those YouTubers suck. Like I'm not even gonna front. Like some of them are whack. I'm not even gonna call them out, because this shit starts this whole big bullshit. I'm just that type. I'll just keep cutting ass until, I don't know, you hang yourself. But yeah, some of the big YouTubers are corny, and that's why I say, even though it's at this point in time, it's very hard now with YouTube, because the way Google is getting and the way gaming is getting, you got to jump in with gaming scene. It's going to take you a little bit longer. I say go for it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you don't go for YouTube. I started fairly new, you know, maybe a year and a half ago or something like that, officially. And I'm still going at it, even though people told me it was going to be hard for you. Hey, I'm still going at it. It's something I love to do. So I recommend, you know, you bring something creative. If don't like dead ass, this is me personally, don't do no riot shield or some knifing kind of pussy video shit, or trolling. Like, damn, that shit gets annoying. Like, that's me. That shit don't interest me. I'm just saying, I mean, if you want to do that, hey, do that. But if you feel it's gonna bring an audience, hey, then do it. But anything, if you want to do road to be a better this or better that, try to do something creative that not many people do, and you know, I hope it works out for the best. If you're gonna try to do videos of racing games or RPGs, it's the same thing. You just try to bring out something creative, because there's not a video that you thought of that somebody hasn't done already. So you always got to bring out something crazy. And when you get to that status where people acknowledge your videos and love your videos, then you know you can do some like normal shit. You can do regular videos, updates, you know, on your life and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's cool. Another thing, your name for your channel. Like, don't do what I did. I screwed up. I used my regular YouTube channel, and I tried to switch up the name. You know, I had it Radimus41, you know, so I kind of switched it over to Shreddy Games HD. Now, this is the problem. I just want to let this shit out. People assumed that I named myself Shreddy Games because of Broken Games HD. Let me tell you, that is not the fucking case. Because there's hundreds of YouTubers that I actually looked at that had a certain game, Syndicate Games HD, RJ Gaming HD. There was many people who had their game with HD, and I actually liked how it looked. You know, I liked the name with the HD on it. You know, for me, it looked kind of like cool, and I felt like, damn, I want a name like that. Yeah, I may have acknowledged a lot of their names, but I named myself Shreddy Games. People really went in depth like Shredded and Broken. Oh my god, that means the same thing. No, I named myself Shreddy Games because I work out and I play video games, and that's when I started uploading pictures on Twitter to prove, like, when I mean shredded, I mean like ripped, and I mean like because I work out. So I'm just getting that shit straight. So for anybody who thought I deadass bit his name, and it's crazy because he never came to me at all or came at me, because like it never, you know, he never took that shit any type of way. He didn't even acknowledge that, which is why I don't understand why other people do. But I mean, just wanted to clarify that. It wasn't even that important. But yes, with YouTube, you just need to always have some uniqueness. Make sure you have a unique name. You know, always create your about me. You know, in the beginning you can have an intro, I guess, but you know, just, you know, always, you know, be yourself and have a lot of energy. Don't be like me and a lot of other people. When we first started, we sounded nervous, you know. And if you're someone who wants to do a vlog, try to look for a nice, like, you know, face cam, webcam. You know, I suggest like Logitech's face cam and webcam. So you just go on Best Buy or Amazon, and that's really it. Just have some uniqueness. Always know what you're talking about, you know, and what's your main goals, like in everyday life when you're doing YouTube. Trust me, it's one of the most funnest things you ever do, and one of the best experiences, because I don't really care about doing much shit, but when it comes down to YouTube, son, I'll put anything aside for YouTube, because YouTube is fun for me. But yeah, that's really it for me. That's what I think. I mean, if I missed anything, hey, let me know. Just comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Follow me on Twitter and add my gamer tags below, so we gaming shit. All right, peace.
MS ready for deployment. Care package incoming.